Dear students of grade 10, welcome back to my English class. It's RK English YouTube channel. Today students we are going to discuss about the text of reading 1 from unit 9. So we have text Pratap Malla. Before text we have some text. We have some pictures given here. 4 pictures are here. So here is getting started. Look at the picture, talk about the historical and cultural significance they carry. So students, you have to identify and guess about this picture. What exactly are these picture about? So first picture we can see that obvious picture you must have seen, and it's a Muktinal temple, oldest and famous temple of Nepal. In the second picture, you can see it's a Gorkha Darbar, okay, located in Gorkha district. It's also most famous and oldest one temple. In third picture, we can see a people wearing and Gurung costume, and they obviously dancing, and they are belonging to Gurung community. And the last picture, that is Kumari festival picture, and you must have a study and you must be familiar about all these pictures. So to know more about these pictures, you can go to the history, and there you can get information about all these pictures. So here is a short description about this picture. So move to the reading 1. So students, before reading 1, we have a question like look at the picture below and answer this question. The first question is, who is the man in the statue? Yes, obviously students, he is Pratap Malla that we are going to discuss in this unit. And this statue is the picture. This statue is the Pratap Malla, the King Pratap Malla. And what do you know about him? Obviously students, you must have, if you have studied about the history about Pratap Malla, and in this text we are going to know about the Pratap Malla that we are going to discuss. Now move to the text now. Students, here is the text that is Pratap Malla we are going to discuss in this chapter. And before discussing the chapter, let us discuss about some words meaning that I have written over here, like regent, ruler. Regent means ruler, government, okay. Regent and the regent, empire, aligned, lineup, combination, renovated, okay, repaired, pinnacle is the peak, and wording of throwback, replica, duplicate, confirm. So all these the word that we are going to discuss in this chapter and the text. So here is the text that is Pratap Malla. Pratap Malla was one of the most famous king of Malla dynasty, and he constructed some significant and beautiful architectural structure around Kathmandu. The way he came to the throne is very interesting and controversial at the same time. So students, Pratap Malla, who was very famous and a well-known king of Nepal and king of Malla family, and he had built many amazing and beautiful architectural structure around the Kathmandu Valley also, and the way he became the king also, and ruled over the nation is very interesting and controversial at that time. And he had the he the way he came, and he had the experience of administration even when his father was alive. When his father Lakshmi Narayan Singh's madness grew worse. He imprisoned his father and he himself ruled as a regent of his father in Kantipur. The students, when his father, yes, sir, he had, here the best knowledge of administration also. Even his father was alive, and when his father became insane, and he sent his father to the jail, and he ruled in Kantipur. He was an able administration. Kantipur was highly developed during his uh, reason. Trade with last city, but was also going too well. By his fact, he was making the king of Lalitpur and Bhaktapur play against each other. Sometime he sided the Bhaktapur and posted a threat to Lalitpur. On the other occasion, he aligned with Lalitpur and fell upon Bhaktapur. So, students, here the underlined word in red line that I have already written the meaning of all these words. You can go and see the meaning of these words. And students, he was obviously capable of running the administration power, and during his tenure, and Kantipur was really a strong state during his time or tenure, and he had a good business relationship with the Tibet and China, and good business relationship with Tibet and China. He was a very clever king. Student, the king Pratap Malla was very clever, and he used to save his kingdom by making a king of Lalitpur and Bhaktapur against, okay, um, each other, and that was his tact, and that he used to do, and in order to save his kingdom. Pratap Malla was a religious minded person. He built a beautiful temple at Goeswari and Panchist. He renovated the temple of Pashupati Nath and raised a pinnacle over it. Yes, so Pratap Malla was very religious minded person, and he had faith in religion, and for that so he constructed or built many temple like Goeswari and fenced all around. He renovated, and he also repaired the temple of Pashupati Nath and built a top like pinnacle, his peak over it. At Swayambhu, he built Pratapur, Kavindrapur, and many other temples, and also set up a copper gate Bajra. He also renovated the temple of Basuki, Bhimsen, Taleju, and Degutale. With the weave of wording of evils, he erected an image of Hanuman, the monkey god, by the side of his palace, and called the palace Hanuman Doka. In whole, students, we can say that he had renovated or repaired many temples around the city. Uh, yes, and like Basuka, Bhimsen, Tanuja, and uh, Degutale. So these are some examples that he had renovated or repaired at his during his tenure, and as he also erected or erected mean draw. He had drawn this what a picture of Hanuman god, Hanuman monkey god, and after that that gate was called the palace called the Hanuman, and he had given the name that gate Hanuman Dhoka. He erected the golden gate of palace, set an image of also Shri Simha, Kal Bhairav, and the Vishwarup, and Layaku Bhai inside the palace. So there are also another images, that so many images that he has erected inside the palace, and later he had given them the name. He also set up Sundri Chowk and Madan Chowk also. In his palace, he also set up a Sundri Chowk and Madan Chowk. A pond was dug at Bhadrakal and the field with water brought from Buddha Nilkantha. So a pond, a field. It was a pond and dug inside the palace, and it was given name later and filled with water from the Bhadra Nilkantha. He installed an image of Narayana lying in the pond. Later, he installed and placed also an image of Narayana lying in the pond in the well, and an exact replica from the Buddha Nilkantha temple. It was like a duplicate of, we can say, a replica means it's a duplicate Buddha Nilkantha temple. Yes, in whole we can say, students, in his tenure he had erected and constructed and repaired many of temples and ponds, and he had erected many uh, images and had given them the name later. And this is what he did because he was a religious minded person and he had very much faith in religion. Pratap Malla was Lon king and poet. Yes, he was very much fond of what he had a vast learning of knowledge of poet also. It means he was fond of poet poetry, and he could compose poem in Sanskrit, Nepali, Nepal Bhasha, Nepali, Bengali, and Hindi. So he was capable of students writing and compose poem in different languages, Nepali, Bengali, and Hindi. So that was his capability. He also knew Arabic, Roman, and English scripts. He had the knowledge of another language except writing. He had the knowledge of Arabic, Roman, and English scripts also. Because of his excellent poems, he conferred on himself the title of Kabindra, a king poet himself. Lord Pratap Malla had a galaxy of learned men in his palace, as the Mughal Emperor Akbar had. Like Akbar, he also respected and patronized the scholar of his time. So, because of his intelligence and his wisdom, and he had declared or he has considered himself the title of Kabi. Uh, um, it's Kabindra, he had considered himself the title of Kabindra. And Pratap Malla had a galaxy of learned men. He always he has the knowledge of and poet also, and different knowledges, different languages. He was very much familiar about that, and he also used to respect the other scholars of his time in his palace, like Akbar had, and he patronized and helped the scholar. He is also ready to support the scholars of his time also. And next one, Lambakarna Bhatt, who hailed from Maharashtra, Sri Simha Thakur from Bihar, and the Jamuna Guru Bhaju of Kantipur were some of the jewels in the scholars in his palace. Uh, yes, we have Lambhakra Bhatta and who belong to Maharashtra, and Sri Singha and Jamna Guru, they belong from Bihar, and Kanti Bihar and Kantipur. They all were the wisdom of his palace. They are the shining. They are the wisdom of his palace, and the King Pratap Malla and King Pratap Malla was very much fond of also. He also fond of the music, so musicians were welcomed and respected in his palace. The students, the King Pratap Malla was very much fond of the music and fond of listening to the music. That's why he always used to welcome the musician in his palace. Pratap Malla had five sons: Bhupendra, Chakravanendra, and one is what is uh, Mahipendra and Parthi Bendra. The king, they had five sons: Bhupendra, Chakravanendra, Naripendra, and Mahipatendra, and the Parthi Bendra. And he wanted his son had experience in the administration of country while he was alive. And the king always wanted that all their son would be able to know and the experience of administration power of the country. And he made each of them rule over the country for 1 year in turn. And the king Pratap Malla gave chance everyone, to rule for 1 year only. But unfortunately, his second son Chakra Parthendra Malla died. The next day, he took over the administration of the country. But students, very unfortunately, and the second son of King Malla and had died after he took the oath, to rule over the country. It was very unfortunate for the parents also. And both the king and queen are greatly grieved at his death. And obviously, it was a sad moment for the parents, king as well as the queen. They were very sad about the death of his second son. To console the grieving queen, he made a huge mound in front of the present Rai Chandra College. As students, after the death of the son, both the king and the queen were very, very sad and they are in grief. And for that, the king Ganendra to give condolence to the queen, and the king built a big pond uh, in front of Pre Chandra College. The pond is known as the Rani Pokhri. After later it was given name Rani Pokhri. Nowadays it is known also Rani Pokhri. Pratap Malla had a sudden death while he was watching the religious dance of Hari Siddhi. Again, students, the sad moment came when the Pratap Malla, the king, the famous king of Malla dynasty, and had gone and expired while he was watching a religious dance, that is Hari Siddhi. He got tired, and it was also the sad moment for we all. And he died, and it was the end of Pratap Malla then. During his reign for 33 years, 1641 AD to 1674 AD, and Nepal made remarkable progress. In each and every field, there was peace and prosperity at home and no threats from outside. Trade with India and China made Nepal prosperous. art and literature flourished. Kings of Bhaktapura, Lalitpur, and other neighboring kingdoms did not dare to invade Kantipur. After the death, yes, and Pratap Malla got died, and he ruled the country over 32 years. And during his tenure, the country had made tremendous progress in the field, in many fields, and there were peace and prosperity all around. There was no threat from outsiders, and the country became prosperous, having good trade and good business with India and China. And there was a progress in art or in arts and literature also. And no one dared to attack on Kantipur during his tenure. So, students, this is all about reading one text that we have studies discussed today about Pratap Malla, history of Pratap Malla. So, in fact, the king Pratap Malla was really very much famous and a well known personality or king of Nepal history. So, this is all about today's text, students. I'll be back again with new text. And one thing, students, I always look for your feedback about these videos, as I want to know whether its video is informative or knowledgeable or not. So if you have any queries, any question, to write me on comments so that I come to know about your queries. I look for that. I hope for that also. And with that, I'm going to uh, end this video, today's video. And thanks for watching. Do subscribe, like my channel if you are new to my channel. And till then, see you in the next video.